D.A.M. in time. Wake up, it's D.A.M. in time. D.A.M. in time. Truth in the booth and the whole chat line. I walk in with the facts, no fluff in the bag. Hot coffee, cold truth, let me raise that flag. They came for the jokes, but they stayed for the lesson. I turn headlines into business confessions. I don't do fake, I don't tap dance nice. I say what I said, then I say it twice. If the world gone crazy, I'm the morning alarm. With a mic in my hand and some smoke in my palm. Say D.A.M. in. D.A.M. in. Say it one more time. D.A.M. in. If the truth hit hard, let it ride. If the show got value, put some love inside. It's D.A.M. in time. Everybody say it. D.A.M. in time. Don't just replay it. D.A.M. we live in the chat. If the facts hit home, go and tap that tap. D.A.M. Hands in the sky, wake up, get smart, let the nonsense die. Tap that tap, drop that love. Shack going crazy when that truth show up. Tap that tap, drop that love. D.A.M. in the morning now, turn me up.
Yeah, baby. I like it like that. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to Dave Anderson Morning News. Man, let me tell you something. I'm so happy to be here. I am your host, Dave Anderson, the business bully. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today, all right? So we got to talk about the Department of Education moving special civil rights enforcement out of the agency. The SBA is changing the rules on federal contracting, and Black business owners better stop treating access like it's a business model. A Black History Museum is furloughing its entire staff because apparently we can fund every nonsense project in America, but preserving our history needs to go funding and a miracle. Diddy's release date moved up again, and Floyd Mayweather is facing felony charges of over $200,000 watch check. And Florida is suing TikTok because the algorithm has been babysitting America's children, and apparently the babysitter has a gambling problem and no morals. This is D.A.M.N. You know how we do. We ain't got no fake gurus over here. We ain't got no panic porn, no recycled outrage from people who think reading headlines counts as research. It's time to work. Ladies and gentlemen and lady friends, I need y'all to say good morning. Hit them super chats up. Let me know what's going on with you, where you're checking in from, and have you shared this out with 10 people? If not, why not? Because this show is burning hot. That's it, baby. That's all we're talking about. That's all we're talking about. Now, y'all know we had to get into some files, right? We had to get into some files. We're going to have to talk about some things. It's a whole thing. I don't know if you've heard. All right. But we're going to talk about these Epstein files because apparently people have lost their minds. So there is a brand new book out. It's called Regime Change. Yeah. Regime Change. All right. So let's not make this a left-right story. All right. Let's talk about what this really is. Because Epstein network touched everybody: Republicans, Democrats, Wall Street's media, power, celebrity. So that's where we need to go with it. So let me get this straight. We're supposed to believe that there's nothing in the Epstein's files, but Trump's top people were already allegedly holding damage control meetings in the Situation Room. The same Situation Room used for wars, terror threats, and national security crisis. Beloved, nobody uses the national security bunker because the vibes are off. Key points aren't just that the Epstein files exist. The story is reporting that Trump's aides were worried about leaks, discussed how to manage the fallout, and J.D. Vance reportedly pushed to release the files. So there's the tension. One group wanted transparency, another one wanted control, and the public is sitting outside the room paying taxes, being told to stop asking about it. So for me, if in fact this is true, when institutions hide information from the people who fund them, I don't think that's leadership. I think that's management of the plantation with better furniture. So the move is simple. Y'all got to stop worshiping party and just start demanding receipts from everybody. That's it. So for me, I want to know where y'all think this whole Epstein thing lands, and what do you think is next? You know, how do you feel about what's going on with it? Do you think it is even worth going through at this point? Because allegedly there's 2.5 million files that are moving, according to the vice president. When I saw him on The View, he was saying that those files are basically duplicates from what he understands, but he can't be 100% sure. Look, man, Epstein was a nasty bastard. We all know he was a nasty bastard. We also know that Trump called the cops on him. Yeah, we also know that Whoopi Goldberg had a lot to say about them files until such time as we found out that she was in them files. Now she kind of quiet on that. Also, I'm really sick of Whoopi trying to act like she's standing up for black people when she wasn't standing up for black people when Ted Danson was wearing blackface and she was chuckling that off. Like, I don't rewrite history, I recite history. So for me, it's kind of weird. It just is kind of weird for me. But I would love to know what your take is on these Epstein files. But in the meantime, in between time, looks like we've got I'll be chill with the $4.99 super chat. Said Dave, it's 10:15 a.m. Eastern. You know better than to start making sense this early, fam. That's, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to drink my iced coffee. Going to drink my coffee. I'm going to make some sense. But you know what? Let's talk about something that don't make no sense. You ever notice that every time you turn around, Jamal Bryant is upset about Donald Trump? Calling Donald Trump a racist. So I just want to point this out to y'all. Let me see here. Let me show y'all something real quick. Here we go. Let's see if we can get here.
She is not laughing with them. They are laughing at her and all of the immigrants who are in her exact status that are facing. And I defy any preacher who stands in a pulpit and tries to defend the raping of children. Jesus said it's better to put a millstone around your neck than to touch one of the children of the Most High God. I stand today as a prophet of the living God that anybody that protects pedophiles, may your tongue get stuck to the roof of your mouth. May your harvest be bare. May God cut holes in your pocket. May your wombs be buried. God is not going to roll over and play dead, but you will be held accountable on how you treat the children of God. You don't have to like me, but you gotta love his children. May the God of our salvation hold you accountable, whether you are a president, a former president, a CEO, or a rapper. You will not get away with touching God's children.
Wait a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Is this not the same? First of all, the jean jacket, hoodie, I'm trying to keep it real combo, complete fashion faux pas, but you would know that if you actually had any type of hood experience, and we know you get run out of hoods. You ain't really from one. But you see everybody in there. Yes, Pastor. Yes, Pastor. See, the problem with me, ladies and gentlemen, is this is Dave Anderson Morning News. And damn it, I don't forget. I know you forgot, but I don't forget. I'm going to let him keep rocking, but you better understand that I'm cooking right now. And I'm not talking about my protein scramble. I'm cooking, but I'm going to go ahead and let him get it all out. And then I'm going to run the receipts. Y'all might want to send this out to some people. Y'all might want to start hitting that super chat because today is Smoke Show Wednesday and your boys got the smoke. Woo!
America, love yourself enough to put Pam Bondi out of office. because she told America 6 months ago that there was no credible evidence behind the Epstein files. Love yourself enough to have the decency to stop detaining children like 5-year-old Liam Ramos, who has done absolutely nothing wrong but believe that this was the land of the free and the home of the brave. America, you owe Kamala Harris an apology. America, love yourself enough to return all of the ballots you stole from Fulton County in hopes of trying to rig the midterm elections. Love yourself. Stop asking Haitians to self-deport when there are no resources available for them to be able to stand on their own. Love yourself enough. If you think that it was prudent to arrest black journalists like Don Lemon and Georgia Forte, if you can arrest reporters, then you need to arrest Donald Trump for raping children. Love yourself. Impeachment is not enough. It shouldn't be impeachment. It should be imprisonment. Anybody who is raping children, I don't care what position you have or how much money you make, you cannot justify it. And I defy any preacher who stands in a pulpit and tries to defend the raping of children. Jesus said it's better to put a millstone around your neck than to touch one of the children of the Most High God. I stand today as a prophet of the living God that anybody that protects pedophiles, may your tongue get stuck to the roof of your mouth. May your harvest be bare. May God cut holes in your pocket. May your wombs be buried. God is not going to roll over and play dead, but you will be held accountable on how you treat the children of God. You don't have to like me, but you gotta love his children. May the God of our salvation hold you accountable.
May the God of... How does Negro sound like Eeyore? I'm gonna need y'all to hit that. I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like button. I'm gonna need y'all to acknowledge me in the chat. I have so many questions. He's not done, but I'm gonna let him finish.
Whether you are a president, a former president, a CEO, or a rapper, you will not get away with touching God's children. No impeachment, imprisonment. The enemy is so diabolical that the enemy wants you to be the victim and the assassin. It's a revolutionary act and a miracle at the same time to be black in America and still love yourself. I want you to lay hands on yourself and declare out loud, I love myself. One of the most radical and revolutionary songs ever recorded with James Brown. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. You gotta love yourself. It is so much in this society and world that is against you that if you don't love yourself, you are already destined to be defeated. But those of you who understand, if God be for me, who can be against me? Come on, I want to kill every enemy that has been a sign to your self-esteem? Would you just shout it out loud? I still love myself. I made some mistakes. I had some problems. I got some issues. I made some poor choices. But guess what? I still love myself. I'm not jealous of nobody. I'm not threatened by nobody. I'm not in competition with nobody. I love myself. Our feet are too flat. Our car is too old. Our house is too small. Our weight is too heavy. Our skin is too dark. Our accent is too thick. Our bank account is too thin. All while forgetting we were made in the image and in the likeness of God. Part of Satan's strategy is to subdue you into getting into strife with yourself. I need you to hear this. He specializes in trying to self-sabotage the special. If there wasn't anything special on you, then he would not try to make you hate yourself. It's been logged into libraries how Abraham Lincoln was afflicted with melancholia, now known as depression. It was so dire that his inner circle was concerned that he would commit suicide because Abraham Lincoln took everything personal. Franz Kafka described himself in letters as
thank God that's over. My God. This is interesting to me because I don't remember any time where Sassy Pants, Jamal Bryant, said anything about Joe Biden sniffing little girls. I just don't remember it, but maybe I'm missing it.
Joe Biden's cognitive and physical decline has been well documented throughout his administration. Mumbles and stumbles often make headlines and are mocked by primetime television hosts. But what is not widely spoken about is Joe Biden's creepiness. Sniffing children, inappropriate touching, and strange whispering have all come up multiple times throughout his presidency. But the mainstream media seem to sweep the concerning behaviour under the rug. Sky News All-Stars Rita Panahi, Paul Murray, and James Morrow exposed Joe Biden's creepiest moments.
Real quick. I see a $5 super chat from the Iceman. Said, whose world is this? It's damn, whose world is this? Good morning, La Familia. Hashtag 305, hashtag B1, hashtag cut the check. Thank you, sir, for the $5 super chat. Let's keep on going.
President Joe Biden claims that the children of America are all our children. But he's taken that claim a little too far on many occasions, acting very strange in his interactions with kids. Arguably the strangest of Joe Biden's creepy behaviour is his hair sniffing and close proximity to children's faces. Here's just a few of those moments.
Yeah. Let me whisper a secret. Don't tell mommy what I told you.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. He sniffs too many children, that man.
Times when he gently rearranges a young girl's hair and whispers in her ear, then rearranges some more. There's nothing pervy here. The VP knows he's on camera at these swearing-in ceremonies, and the parents are right there as he leans in for a kiss.
Yeah, because that kid don't look uncomfortable at all. What happened to my body, my choice? What happened to no means no? And if you touch the children, may the tongue stick to the roof of your mouth. What happened? Huh? That's why Wu-Tang is for the children. Listen to the children. That little baby don't know boo from bull, but knew that man was creepy and went, no. That baby went, no. Let's keep going.
Joe, stop eating the children. This may be some of the creepiest Creepy Joe behavior I've ever seen. And I watch this stuff for a living. Here, the president was giving a talk about conservation actions taken by his administration when he spotted, you know where this is going? A small child with lots of very sniffable hair. Let's have a look. Oh, there he goes. He sees the kid. Yeah, picks her up. Yep. Oh, doesn't look happy. She does not look tremendously happy about this. What is going on here? She's saying, Daddy, can somebody please save me? No, Joe, no, Mr. President, you can't do this. Don't sniff the hair. Don't take the kid with you. This is, where are we going with this, Mr. President?
Kevin, go down.
Why is this man in an ice cream parlor? Why is he always in an ice cream parlor? Oh, because that's where children hang out.
Our old mate Swampy Joe, otherwise known as Creepy Joe Biden, had to apologise when he was trying to become the Democratic nominee for kissing too many people on the hair, sniffing their hair, being a bit too awkward all the time. You would have seen this over and over and over again. Very uncomfortable. Thanks very much, Mr. Stay away from me. This was a joke way back when, but then, of course, he wasn't Donald Trump, so we have to pretend that none of this happened. Well, now it doesn't really matter because he can do whatever he wants, including ruining the American economy, and then guess what happens? They'll still keep cheering him on. Well, guess who's just reverted to being Creepy President Joe?
But first to the US, and he's back. Yes, Creepy Joe is back. President Joe Biden went off script this week, and it went all wrong when he made these bizarro comments about a little girl while giving a speech at a military base in Virginia. Now, keep in mind, the little girl he's talking about is primary school aged.
I love those barrettes in her hair, man. I tell you what, I'm looking at her. She looks like she's 19 years old, sitting there with her, like a little lady with her legs crossed.
Ew, what? The little girl is like 8 or 9. Let's not comment on how she crosses her legs and pretend that she looks like she's 19. You can imagine the media meltdown if Trump said anything like that. Oh no, he's done it again.
Now, a very important thing I told my daughter and granddaughters, no serious guys till you're 30.
Okay. No what?
No serious guys till you're 30.
I'll keep that in mind. At least. Yeah, that's not creepy at all, is it? Getting into a young girl's personal space and telling her not to have any boyfriends until she's 30.
That's creepy. It's always been creepy. And I would not trust. First of all, y'all was worried about Joe Jackson putting his hands on the kids. Y'all ain't say nothing about Joe Biden putting his hands on the kids. We need to call him Joe Kelly. It's absolutely insane to me. But getting back to Jamal Bryant, my friends, I find it odd that this man has so much smoke for Donald Trump, but had no problem getting paid by him. I'm sorry, maybe y'all didn't hear me. I find it odd that Jamal Bryant had so much smoke for Donald Trump, but had no problem taking the man's money. Wait. This is what Jamal Bryant has forgotten about. I haven't forgotten about it. But my whole thing is, if you really care about children, if you really care about what children are doing, then you got to explain this to me. Listen. I'm trying to understand. Let me help y'all out. Let me help y'all out because it's a lot we got to get through. I'm gonna just go ahead and hopefully I don't get flagged for this. But if and I do, I'll cut it out on the replay. I want to make sure y'all can see this. Can y'all see this? Let me know if y'all can see this. Can y'all see that? Need to make sure y'all can see that. We good? All right, I'm about to play this. Cool in the gang. Let's get active.
This season on The Ultimate Merger.
Omarosa.
Mr. Trump.
My friend, you've been very good for me, and you're my pal. But you know, I'd love to have you meet some guy. Is there anybody that can tame you? I have 12 men. I want you to go out to Las Vegas, meet these guys, and you're going to decide whether or not there's somebody for you.
I hope I can find him.
Nice. Wow. This is the spot right here. My name is Isaac Keys. Ray Lavender.
Fair use.
Michael Madden. Hey.
You missed the night and day.
That's it, dude. We're good.
You're all here for something very special.
Omarosa, gorgeous.
Love is serious business. The person with the best hands will continue to part 2 of the date. Are you coordinated in the bedroom? Let's go.
Looking like a little black stallion.
I'll never get into heaven.
Oh, I'm gonna get some.
What did you just call me?
What's up, Punk?
Get that smile off your face,
Wow, you're a BAN.
How dare you?
You touched me in the wrong way, bro, by bringing my name in this situation.
Why would I do research on you?
I think you're a clown.
You're not going to sit here and disrespect me, my man.
Would you let me talk? He tried to throw me under the bus.
They're like 2 old grandmas.
What kind of snitch are you?
Are you coming hard at me now?
If Mike does not go home tonight, I'm going home.
Sit your ass back and relax.
It shocked the hell out of me.
What happens in Vegas stays.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Chat, who that is? Who is that right there? Stupid.
Wait.
Who that is? Is that Jamila? Is that Jamila? First of all, I ain't even gonna talk about the fact that he looks like a Pepto-Bismol pimp. I ain't gonna talk about the fact that he looked like he had a K&G menswear sale explode on him. Who in the world told him to wear this Pink Pony Club Babbage Bowl journal? Huh? What is we doing? What is we talking about, party people? You see your boy, right? That's Jamal Harrison Bryan, isn't it? And he's sitting there. I found it odd. You had so many issues with this guy. But you took his money. And you were Omarosa's, wait for it, spiritual advisor. You was a spiritual advisor to somebody who was getting her cheeks clapped on national television? Are we? Sugar Shane said he's the Pink Panther in his own mind. I'll be chill. You better thank the YouTube member said that is from the Steve Harvey collection. First of all, I have never seen Steve in a silver suit. This is a man who would have you believe he's anti-Trump, but he was on a Trump show that was on a black network, because that's how much of a racist Trump was. Trump was such a racist that he executive produced a show centered around a black woman with black people on a black network and paid this black ass scam likely charlatan who secretly likes Cam Newton's pretty legs, because they must be Atlanta later or so. I mean, them things glow in the dark. It's obvious that you don't skip leg day. See? Oh, where's Roy Jones Jr.? You must have forgot. It really does look like something Steve Harvey would wear. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Yep. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Fubar said, who's the only president to release the Epstein files? Oh, yeah, just Trump. Yeah, because let's face it, the Biden administration had it. Oh, we didn't want to interfere with the Department of Justice. You had no problem interfering with the Department of Justice when y'all took and went down to New York and had them take 34 misdemeanors and turn them into 34 felonies, pointing out that there was something bigger. It was the tip of the iceberg. An iceberg, by the way, that never got produced. But will y'all look at this sassy ass man? We all look at this moist ass man. Can we just call this man what he actually pretends to be? An opportunist? If he's not an opportunist, right? If he's not an opportunist, then can y'all explain to me? Can y'all explain to me? Can y'all explain to me? Can y'all explain to me this right here? I just want y'all to explain this right here. This right here. Can you explain it? Because that's Giselle Bryant. Giselle Bryant, star of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Wherever there's a reality show or a camera, we find Molly Mall. We find Hey Girl Hey. I'm trying to understand. So you married a reality show star while being on yet another reality show yourself, and then trying to create several reality shows talking about we're not going to go back to being in bondage. I'm still trying to figure out how we were in bondage. When in your lifetime, Jamal, were we in bondage? Why do we keep falling for this okie doke? I'm trying to understand. Somebody help me. I just said, Skylark had them all. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious if you get that reference. Akil? Do y'all see what Akil just put up there? That is not nice. That is not nice, sir. I'm just saying. That is not nice. I'm just trying to understand how come you didn't have that outrage for Trump then? How come you didn't have this moral inclination then? What happened to it, homie? I'm just a little confused as to where your moral proclivities went. Not Diamond. Shout out to Dawn Velma. You better think of YouTube member. Listen, your boy is black. He's bugged out. But again, if you got smoke for one, you got to smoke for all. If you talking about children are crazy and this, that, and the third, and children are being, raped or mistreated or so on and so forth, then what I'm gonna need you to do, respectfully, is keep that same energy. Oh, I don't know, across the board. I mean, that's how I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know. Now we got to break to this because we got to talk about this Trump deal with Iran. What did George W. Bush say? Bomb, 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 Iran. So y'all automatically know whenever we finish bombing y'all, we gonna toss you a little previews of the remix and get y'all some money. We're gonna toss y'all a little something to make it make sense for y'all. So let's break down what's gonna happen with this Iran deal. Because everybody and their mama is going to have an opinion. So let's talk about it. You know, we got to talk about how the reporting describes a potential conditional rebuilding investment fund connected to the final deal. So the question I got to ask is, what did America get? What did Iran get? And who pays? All right. So now we got to talk about the fact that we're going to probably get access to oil revenue. They're going to get some sanctions relief and possibly a $300 billion reconstruction fund. And no, I'm not doing partisan cheerleading today. I'm not. I'm doing accounting because numbers matter and they don't care about your bumper stickers or your talking points, right? So the framework reportedly creates a 60-day negotiation window. Iran gets temporary oil sale relief while talks continue. The $300 billion fund is being reported as conditional tied to a final nuclear agreement. The administration says benefits depend on Iranian compliance. Critics say the deal looks like a softer version of what Trump once trashed. So my whole thing is, in business, you judge the deal by incomes, leverage, risk, and cost, not vibes or slogans. Not, my guy must be a genius. Not, if Obama did this, half the internet would be wearing powdered wigs and screaming about treason. I don't want to hear none of you ring light philosophers. I just don't. So I want to really get people to understand where we're going, right? So did we just do this for leverage or what? Because I'm tired. Okay, so Rest Cruz wants to get banned. So there you go. Banned. I don't have time. I don't know how these folks sneak up in here and act crazy. I just don't. Chef Narrative said, Obama's the smoothest criminal in American history. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who have smoke with me, I want to let y'all know the smoke line is always open. The smoke line is always open. It is Smoke Show Wednesday. Y'all don't never come up here, but I always like to keep it open for you guys. Because maybe one day you'll get the balls to come up here and tell me what it is. I really would, but we know you won't. We know you won't. But I wanted to give it to you. Because if you got smoke, I want you to hit the link. EDC over here still talking greasy, saying, ban, no smoke. However, I will debate you about comics. You don't want that. You do not want that. Dave Anderson is the undisputed king of comics. I got comics in that plastic drawer right there worth thousands. What is we talking about? I just gave you that link. What is we talking about, Sugar Shane? I gave you that link. But yeah, my whole thing is we got to stop acting like this is somehow the end of the world. Because it ain't. This stuff happens all the time. And my whole thing is, if we're going to be honest, when Joe Biden pulled out like Nick Cannon at an orgy from Afghanistan, I ain't hear y'all say nothing. I ain't hear y'all say a blessed. I ain't hear a mumbling, crumbling word. Sugar Shane said, I didn't get the link. Let me run the link up for him one more time. There we go. There it is. Link is on your screen. So I'm trying to understand what the big deal is. To me, like that's the real question. But no, if you got something to say, you want to debate anything, come on up. The link is right there. It's on the screen. The link is on the screen. I'll put it in the chat. Akil says, every time the U.S. tries to do a deal with Iran, Israel and the U.S. attacks them. Queen Kylie says, LMAO, why Nick catch? I love Nick Cannon. I'm supposed to be doing this show. I love Nick Cannon. I'm saying that Joe Biden's pullout game was weak. If Nick Cannon's at an orgy and Nick Cannon got 11 children, is it a stretch? Who is that and why? You have to give me more context than that. Who that is? I like y'all be telling me these people like I know these people. Who are these people? I'm trying to understand. Yeah. So let me see. Do I have a? I think I might. I got to check. Oh Lord! Before we go any further, here comes Sugar Shane.
How you doing, brother?
What up, bro?
Same poop, different scoop. You know the deal.
I understand. Just trying to get out the litter box myself.
No, you didn't even put that freaking ad on there. Not that little StreamYard stream. Trying to act like you're all pimping. Nah, you didn't even get it up there, brother. I was trying to figure it out.
And it was in the chat and it was on the screen.
Nah,
Yeah, I'm good.
No, that's good. How you been?
What's on your mind? I'm good, man. I'm good. What's on your mind, good brother?
I got nothing on my mind. I know I got to go to work tonight. That sucks.
I'm so sorry.
So, no, it's my first day there. I'm gonna be a new bartender.
Oh wow!
I like the drunk. I think it's gonna work out really well. But yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So it's gonna be an interesting journey.
That's how we learn. We learn by just diving in and making it happen. That's
so
it.
Learning experience.
As long as you know how to take the top off of the beer. But yeah, what did you want to talk about, brother?
I want to talk about anything. Bring up a topic. Let's talk about it.
All right.
Because I know what you want to talk about. You want to talk about politics, anything like that? We can rock on that. You know I'm a stand-up comedian.
I understand that. I completely understand that.
You know I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm not going to give any free jokes. But
I'm with you.
Yeah, because people steal those. They're not classy, They're not like covered.
No, I will tell you, man. It's nothing worse than a joke thief. I hate joke thieves. I remember I was doing I'm ready to say the Hollywood, Florida improv, and I was watching this dude go up and basically do Tony Wood's whole set. And I told my homeboy, I said, "Yo, my man up there doing Tony Wood's whole set." And then dude come back from getting off the stage. He took it all.
God damn.
Even getting up there and lighting a cigarette and talking about shoot, you don't just go right to work the second you get in your job. Like all these Tony Woods jokes, I'm like, and then he come back to the green room. He's like, "Yo, you know who's dope? Tony Woods." I'm like, "You would know. You just did his whole set." But that's just
up.
That's
now
crazy.
that's why I don't even like putting jokes. Like I put a couple jokes on YouTube on my channel, and they're like practice jokes to see how they go.
Right.
You know what I mean? And to see if they float.
I'm with it.
And man, people steal jokes all the time. They're not patent pending.
No. Nope.
They'll fucking rob your ass right out the ass.
They sure will, and that's exactly why
it's hard to do that stuff.
Yeah, that's
they
why
pay well. I get paid pretty well doing comedy.
Yeah, comedy's good, man. Comedy's good. So how often are you gonna be doing bartending?
Oh, apparently. No, this is the best part of the story. Now, my baby mama is the district manager at Applebee's, and she's the one that got me the job. And
So you gonna
it's in her
bartend at
district.
Applebee's?
Yeah.
Oh
And
boy.
so I got to make a lot of frou drinks. That's
Yeah, I
gonna
mean
be
the good
fun.
news is they already got the little recipe flip book with the laminated pages.
They better, dude, because I was just hoping to give them like a Mick Ultra. You know what I mean?
No, you're going to Applebee's. You're gonna be having a whole bunch of fruity drinks because it's gonna be a bunch of badly built former
be all
baddies
fat white
who worked
bitches
at a call
and that
center
motherfucker.
coming home. Gonna be up in
Yeah.
there trying to get themselves a I don't know what these women drink. I don't know.
It's fucking.
But,
it's gonna be a shoot.
Yeah,
But
no.
I won't deal with it.
Chance said all you can eat riblets all summer. You damn skippy.
Dude, they do have that right now. They got the shrimp, the riblets, and the boneless chicken wings on sale for $15.
I can tell you something.
I'm a good salesman. I just hate doing this shit.
I
don't even want to do it.
When I tell you I hate boneless chicken wings.
Yeah, they're just glorified chicken nuggets.
That's all they are, and they're not even that damn glorified, to be honest. Now, I would be
Well,
impressed if you
season
actually
them
took
right.
the
You put some right sauce on there. That might be acceptable.
nope, bone in or they're not wings. Bone in or it's an
The
overpaid Happy
riblets are
Meal.
even worse. The riblets, they try to church it up with some Sweet Baby Ray's on there. They're even worse. I've not even worked there yet, but I know how this system works.
Damn.
It's gonna be a shithole for me.
Bro, you are going to be just fine. Where is the Applebee's? You want to tell everybody where the Applebee's is so we can pull up on you?
It's actually the one in Kentucky. It's in being Crescent Hill.
All right, so Crescent Hill, Kentucky. If y'all are in Crescent Hill, Kentucky, pull up on my man Sugar
Yeah.
Shake. Thank you, bro, for being in. My man. Yeah, buddy. Let's see here. All you can eat riblets all summer is crazy work. DB Smooth. We better thank a YouTube member says chicken nuggets for adults. EDCK. Why? Why are you like this? EDCK, why are you like this? It's just crazy. Akil Smith said, you would think with all the money Trump has, he would get a better toupee. It's not a toupee, that's his hair. Now, is it wisped and combed over? Yeah, probably. But I was in Detroit at WrestleMania when Bobby Lashley shaved Bobby Lashley, who was Donald Trump's champion, because of course Donald Trump's such a racist that he picks a black guy to fight Umaga for against Vince McMahon, and he was in that ring shaving Vince McMahon's hair off, and Vince McMahon had to walk around with a do-rag for a year. Yeah, you know you ain't ish. You know this. Why are we even having this conversation right now? Aaron Black's in the building. What up?
Yo, what up, Dave?
You trying to be like you when I grow up?
Yeah, I'm the bitch ass nigga you was calling me out yesterday. I was trying to come up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, so your bitch ass finally got here. What was I calling you out for? You must have did some bitch ass shit. I don't remember, but tell me.
Nah. Well, let's pause that for a minute. On some real shit, we not gonna do that with each other because I respect you as a man. So I'm not gonna call you a bitch because I don't know you. I'm in New York City, Brooklyn to be exact.
Brooklyn,
right?
I can hear it.
And we know we don't do this internet gangster shit.
All day, every day.
You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. I'm not with it. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. But I understand why you were saying what you were saying. Because I did take a jab at you. You hear them sirens out there, right?
Yeah, no. I'm from the hood. I know sirens when I hear them.
Yeah.
We get it. You's a real nigga. I'm with you. And
okay.
Yeah, like my thing to you, respectfully, is if you talk shit about me and you're not up here where I'm from, that's bitch assery. That's thumb thuggery. And when you don't show up, like I didn't even remember because now we 24 hours later.
Yeah, I was trying to get up, but I couldn't. For some reason, I couldn't get up. And I was like, damn, this nigga calling me out hard, boy.
You started it though. Like, why do niggas get upset about smoke they ass?
No. I'm not upset. I was anxious, but I wasn't never upset. There's no need to get upset because, like I said, we in two different places.
100%.
We're not gonna see each other. So if we were to see each other, what is it gonna be? Is it gonna be some hand shit? Or is it gonna be some gun swinging shit? You understand? So we're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? I don't do that. So it's not that serious. That's number one.
It's so unserious for me. I don't even remember what it was, but I do remember that you didn't come up. But what was your issue?
Now I poked a little jab at you about the singing shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good. That's what you do. But I was really just poking at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel you. Chef Narrative said niggas subliminally threatening him. No, he ain't subliminally threatening me. He does not want that. I don't operate from that place. Nobody's going to threaten me.
Who said I said I was threatening you?
Yeah, they're saying you're subliminally threatening me. He does not want to do that.
No.
Because because I go through Brooklyn all the time, and if something happens to me in Brooklyn, they're just going to look at you. Like, I'm not the dude you mess with. Like, I'm not a thumb thug. I'm not no TV gangster. I'm not none of that. But I ain't no bitch either.
Right.
So he's not. I guarantee you, he's not threatening nobody over here. Trust.
See now, to the person that said that or wrote that in the chat, they're not listening. I said we're not going to do the internet gangster shit because, first of all, we're not going to see each other, and if we do see each other, the question is, what is it going to be? Some hand shit or some gunslinging shit? You understand? Which neither one is really necessary.
I mean, bro, I'm 50 years old.
I'm 60.
Daughters. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what in the world would I gain from taking one of my 45s and pumping you full of lead because you said you don't like my singing? Like, I'm grown. I don't give a fuck if you like my singing or not. Teddy Pendergrass like my singing. Elder Barge like my singing. Well, I ain't gonna mention Puff because anyway.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Gerald Levert like my singing. Millions of people like my singing, so I'm cool. You not liking my singing is not going to help me sell or not make no money off my records. Just I don't think you're just gonna buy my shit.
Once again, I was poking at you. That's what I do. I poke. You understand what I'm saying? I like I said, I talked to you before. You don't remember, but I met you before. You understand what I'm saying? That was on this other lame ass show. We met up and we had a conversation. And you know what I'm saying? But that's what I wanted to clarify. They ain't, I don't know you to call you no bitch ass nigga. I don't know what your pedigree is. Like you don't know mine. So
100%.
In this new era shit, this is what people do. They get on the internet and they talk tough. But not saying that's what you was doing.
I know you're not saying that to me. Because I'm not that. I will tell you straight up and down. I don't pretend to be no tough guy.
Right.
I don't pretend to be none of that. I am who I am.
And
at the end of the day,
now what I did want to talk to you about is this whole thing with this Camelo kid. Now the first thing I want to say to the people who say, oh, they're gonna rape him in prison, they're gonna do this to him, they're gonna first of all, them cats in there, they know that case. They know he's a political prisoner. Ain't nobody gonna touch that kid. No one, including the Aryan Brotherhood. I can tell you that for a fact. He's not, as long as he stay true to who he is, don't mess with the gambling, don't mess with the drugs, don't get involved in the gang shit, and stay up under them OGs, he's gonna be good. That I can tell you for a fact. Ain't nobody touching that kid. His hands off. So all them cats in there running the prisons and running the jails or whatever, ain't nobody touching that kid. Now, that said, he gonna have to sit down for a while and do his thing or whatever. It's gonna take maybe a couple of years for him to get to the appeal, if because the appeal hasn't been formally filed. They have been put on notice of appeal.
Correct.
You understand what I'm saying? See, people get online and they talk all this shit, this and that. I've been in penitentiary over half my life. I live a different lifestyle now. But I know I've been through the trial shit and all that. Half these people that get up here and talk this shit don't know what the fuck they talking about. But, you understand this. People talk more from emotions than anything.
So what's your take on the case?
My take on the case is this. From the very incipience of his arrest.
I'm sorry, from the what?
The very incipience of the case, from his arrest point, there was mistakes made by law enforcement and by him. The first golden rule which he didn't know because he don't come from that life. You don't talk to the police. You make no statements without counsel. The first thing he did when he said, I was protecting myself, I was defending myself. You admitted to the crime. You don't do that. I don't care. Once you put the handcuffs on me and you're going to formally charge me, I have nothing to say to you. You can't put me in no interrogation room to ask me nothing. You can show me all the videos you want with my image. I'm going to tell you that's not me. I don't know who that guy is. I know better than that. That kid didn't know any better than that. That was the first mistake he made
100%.
because he didn't know.
Correct.
The actual incident, I don't think it was racially motivated. These were just two tough guys, some tough guys trying to, do what they do. And they got the result that they didn't expect. There's a video that many people have seen that they didn't show in court. And why didn't the defense? First of all, I think he's going to get an appeal just on ineffective counsel. Just on that. That attorney did nothing. And I've never seen nothing like that. I've never. And from the very first time when the judge said no cameras in the court, I said, okay, here we go with the bullshit. Here we go. I knew that from the gate when they didn't allow cameras in there and to catch all of the goings on in the courts, in the courtroom. I knew he was headed for trouble. I didn't do no wishful thinking that he was going to win the case or he was going to get acquitted. I knew he was going to get found guilty. I thought it would be a lesser to a lesser degree, but the murder one, and then you got people saying, well, why he didn't walk away? Why he just didn't leave the tent? First of all, he was invited into the tent, but nobody wants to talk about that. But that's beside the point.
But it's one person who, again, it's not his tent. You know what I mean? Like he go to that school or whatever. But again, I lived in Texas, and I've been black. I've been black my whole life.
Right.
And
you
just
know what
because
it is,
one of your buddies say, "Hey, come over here," don't necessarily mean that you go over there. If you want a yard and you got, and you know somebody who got a whole lot more pull than you, got smoke with you, but he got a lieutenant that's cool with you, and the lieutenant call you over there, but you know that dude don't mess with you, it's probably not advantageous for you to go over there.
Correct.
The other part of that is nobody's talking about the fact that black people are addicted to white adjacency more than they're addicted to keeping themselves safe. Y'all, these same parents was sitting up here talking about, well, we didn't know that this place was going to be like this, and so you didn't do your research? You setting your kids up to fail? You're not putting them in places that are culturally at least understanding, if not safe? What you expect?
Well, here's the thing.
A lot of this just don't make no sense.
Nah, well, the whole thing didn't make no sense,
because it's not Brooklyn, it's Frisco, Texas. Talking two different words. Good and hell well, Bed-Stuy ain't got nothing on the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex as far as racism, classism, and the way that situation is developed. That stuff don't fly in Bed-Stuy. You can't find a borough that has that level of Southern ingrained, for those who are on that dumb stuff, Southern ingrained historical racism. And when I say this, I'm not saying all of the DFW Metroplex is racist. I know plenty of wonderful white people in the DFW Metroplex. I'm just saying per capita, it's a lot more of that in upper crust Frisco, Little Elm, Plano than there is in Bed-Stuy, Harlem, the Bronx. So why in the world are you putting your kid in a situation where you know your kid could probably get got? And by that same token, it wasn't Austin's 10 either. But my whole thing is, good and hell well how heated, like I'm from Philly, so you know how heated sporting events can be. And you going to the other side?
Yeah, I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? That to a degree, I do agree with that, and I think you know, see that what happened with this case was the mainstream media, legacy media, and social media made this into a race thing.
Correct.
And now from the black side of things, from a historical point, we know that we usually don't get justice in these type of things. We know pretty much the outcomes when it comes to these type of cases and situations. And this is why I think the emotions were so high. Now, I didn't agree. One thing I didn't agree with is if I was in Texas and I was going down to the courthouse to show support for the Camelo kid or whatever, I'm not arguing with the other side's supporters. For what?
Right.
You're getting in the shout matches for what? I mean, if we not coming here to get down, you know what I'm saying? What am I arguing with y'all for? I'm there to show support for the kid. I don't care about you holding up your signs and you making chants. I'm not there to argue with nobody. I'm there to show the support for the kid, you know, for his family or whatever like that. Now, if it come down to a thing we got to get down, let's get down. Just stop with all the arguing. I'm not arguing with nobody.
Why you always want to get down? Like, bro, you still institutionalized?
No, well, partially that's the institution and the Brooklyn shit. That's the we all the way with the shit.
Oh, spread love was the Brooklyn way.
It is, but that shit go from one extreme to the next real fast. You know what I'm saying? But my point is this: it was unnecessary for all the confrontation, and then you're flaming the racial thing even more by doing that. I'm not interested in some white dude holding up a sign and making some chants. That don't move me. I'm there to support the kids. So, you know, we got to stop being so emotional about things. And that's where a lot of us, but I understand it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't critique the people about that. You know, I just wish we would stop being so emotional about shit. Because the fact remains, he's convicted, he was found guilty, and he got the 35 years. So now let's work on the solutions and to change the results of that. Fuck all it on everybody online throwing, you know, what I don't like is the black conservatives. I'm not conservatives because you're a conservative. I'm somewhat conservative, but I'm not a conservative. See, we got what we call conservatives, and that's,
tell me the difference.
Conservatives are basically, if I may say, you're white doodle eaters. That's all you are. You're white shit eaters. And I'm gonna tell you something, Dave. And I don't mean no disrespect to you, brother. But
whenever somebody says they don't mean no disrespect,
no, I don't.
They're about to
really
disrespect you.
No. I don't know how you're gonna take what I'm getting ready to say. But I see you in them spaces with them conservatives, man.
And
what does
that mean? I'm sure I've seen you in places with killers. What does that mean? I'm sure I've seen you in places with real niggas that do real nigga shit. What does that mean? Am I their daddy?
No, what I'm saying is, when I see you in them spaces, I see an echo chamber, and what you say you stand for, they're against.
Exactly.
But it's never no pushback.
Bullshit.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Bullshit. Just yesterday, then you need to pay attention, because just yesterday, instead of doing this show, I did ARP in the morning, and I explained to them.
That's just what I'm talking about.
I know. Two ears, one mouth, good brother. I'm answering your point, because what you're trying to do, low key, is act like I'm not pro-black. And my whole thing is I'm very wait. Give me the latitude.
All right.
Because when you tell me I'm in the room with conservatives, sure. You damn right I am. You want to know why? I don't believe in echo chambers, but this is what I said when they were trying to talk about how debaucherous Young Miami was. I asked them, I said, well, what label is Young Miami signed to? None of them could tell me. Then I told them it was Universal Music Group. And I said, do you know who owns Universal Music Group? They said no. I said, the Boleri family owns the Universal Music Group. And I said, do you know who's in charge of Universal Music Group? They said no. I said, Lucian Grange is in charge of Universal Music Group. And I said, so you got Lucian Grange, you've got Jimmy Iovine, you've got Clive Davis, you've got Scooter Braun, you've got all of these people who you never know because they throw rocks and hide their hands and call it the culture because we're not in control of the culture. And if you got rid of Young Miami, there'd be 50 more black girls taking their place. So to talk about the fruit of a thing and not address the root of a thing is utterly ridiculous. See, last I checked, ain't no coon sitting up here selling hundreds of thousands of copies of the Real Black Agenda. Because ain't that many black coons in America.
Right.
So my whole thing is, have you read my book?
No, I haven't.
No.
I'm not gonna hold you. I haven't read it.
Exactly.
But I will. But I will. I promise you I will.
But what I'm trying to get you to understand is the difference between what y'all call pushback and what I call pushback. I'm not going to push back with insults. I'm not going to push back with name calling. I'm going to push back with facts and make them drown in the fact that they don't know what they're talking about. But to me, to sit around with a bunch of people like Roland Martin does, where he Democrat, 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 when the Democrats have had the ball for 62 years and ain't done nothing for black people is utterly ridiculous. I have to get them to the truth. And then I want you to go back and again, fact check me and then bring your ass back up here and see if I didn't tell them that the reason that black conservatives get such a bad name is because of coons like them. Respectfully. And I like them people. They're very nice people.
Whoa.
But I said, I
gotta check that.
Because what I said was they're going to sit up here and call. I said, y'all the reason they call black conservatives coons. Because y'all keep blaming us for a situation where we're not in power. And I said, I've had a record deal and turned it down. I've had a record deal and had it shelved. There's nothing you can tell me about an industry you ain't spent one day in. You don't know how demonic it is. You don't know what I was offered. Listen, I got pulled into a hangar with a private jet and was offered damn near the world. And I turned it down because I'm not trying to burn in hell. And I'm not trying to be beholden to somebody. Having said all of that, I love how to keep it real niggas still can't point to how Democrats have done anything over the past 60 years to make our communities, and when I say our communities, I'm talking about the hood, I'm talking about densely populated black neighborhoods, look any better. But the people who are conservative in nature, because they understand historically black people have been more conservative than they have been liberal. This liberal shit is some new shit. Wasn't nobody running around here talking about you could be 330,963 genders. Wasn't nobody sitting up here talking about that your child has more rights to be who they want to be, whether you are aware of it or not, and they don't have to tell you that. That none of that is liberal. None of that is something that black people is into by and large. Black people are also not into this situation where you got somebody, if the white man is the enemy and we all cooning for the white man, then why y'all black people spending so much time talking about how they're taking the history out of the school? Why would you want the very white enemy teaching you about who you are and teaching your children about who you are? Why is it that I don't see none of y'all keep it real niggas at the daggone school board? Why don't I see none of you keep it real niggas at the daggone city council meetings? You know who is there though? The niggas with the red hats. Go ahead, I'll stop there.
I'm not going to disagree with nothing you said because they're 95% of what you said I'm not going to disagree with, but the 5%.
And let's tackle the 5.
Okay. I do my own work here in Brooklyn. We got a little thing going on here. I go to the council meetings now. You know what I'm saying? I get involved because I see where most foundational black Americans have left New York. This is mostly an immigrant town now. But we do have
it's Tether Nation, we know.
Right. We do have a contingent of foundational people here between Brooklyn, Queens, and Harlem. Bronx, fair. I don't really, I know a lot of cats up in the Bronx.
There's a smattering in the South Bronx still.
Right. So we this is what we try to galvanize around. I had a face-to-face with Charles Barron back in February, and it got real heated. Being that he was an older gentleman, I didn't get nasty with him, but it got real crazy. All of what you said is the points that I pointed out. The 60 years of y'all doing nothing. I pointed all of that out. We do have to get more politically involved, especially in the places where we reside, in the towns and cities, municipalities where we reside at. We do have to get more involved to understand what's going on, where the money's going, who's getting what, and this, and so on. And that's something that I think is going to happen. It's slowly happening, but I think it's going to happen even more because of the things that's going on in the communities. We're being forced. We're being forced to party and bullshit less and to get
Not
more
party and
serious.
bullshit. That's my jam. Shout out to Big.
Well,
But I got a question for you, Aaron.
Yes,
Because
sir.
this is my question. First of all, my brother's name was Aaron, so I have an affinity for you just off of that. R.I.P.
Okay.
to my brother Aaron.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. What makes somebody who is black and a Democrat not a coon?
Very good question. Very good question. And I never thought about it, but since you brought it up, I can I'm gonna say it's ignorance.
What is ignorance? Calling people on the right coons?
No. I'm saying their ignorance as far as how things really work. I had a conversation back here with my mother's baby brother, my uncle. He's down in South Carolina.
Oh, word.
He used to be a big farmer and all that stuff. And me and him was talking one day, and I asked him about, what does he vote? He said he always voted Democrat. And I asked him why. And he couldn't give me an answer why. He said, I never thought about it. I just always thought we were supposed to do that. So that's why I say it's ignorance. That you can fall into the buffoonery and the coonery just from ignorance, not knowing the history of these parties, what what the dynamics of the political apparatus is. That's why I say you can fall into coonery just from the ignorance.
Got you. So let me ask you something. Let's take the history off the table. You're in New York. New York is not only a city; it's 5 boroughs. It's also a state.
A state,
right? I love New York. Not just the slogan. I actually love New York. You know what I'm saying? My children's godfather, came up in Harlem, 125th and 8th. My sister Carla, she lives in the Bronx. My thing to you is, name the Republican who said that black children don't understand the internet and don't know what a computer is.
I can't tell you that. I know who Democrat who said that. That was
your governor.
Governor Kathy Hochul, yes.
But still, 90% of black people in New York voted for this broad. But I'm the coon? Make it make sense. Go.
Well, you won't get no argument from me there, Dave, because that is an actual fact. That's not no emotions. That is an actual fact. I've never heard that come from a elected Republican in New York City or state. And I've had conversations with Curtis Sleewood, one-on-one conversations with these people, and I've never heard a statement like that. It was Kathy, and when she said that, that really, I felt two things. I felt hurt, and I felt like, and the reason why I'm not because she's what she said. I felt hurt because I know it was going to be overlooked by my people. That's
but
why
again,
I felt hurt.
You literally just said 10 minutes ago that I'm hanging out with the coons.
No. I said I seen you in coon spaces, not giving no pushback. Now, Dave, let me make something explicitly clear to you. I've heard statements you made, and that's why I kind of follow you and tune into you because of those statements.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I just want to know what I've said that's coon worthy.
No, I never said you said. Now, the only thing I will say about your recent statements around surrounding the Camelo case is when you said, if somebody come and ask me to move, I'm moving.
Yeah. because I'm a martial artist. I'm also a person that understands that there is a time and a place to stand your ground. But I don't know, maybe it's because I was raised by military men. Maybe it's because I had a grandfather that had me changing oil and laying brick walls when I was 7, 8 years old. Maybe it's because manhood isn't measured by somebody trying to punk me. There are times when I've had to fight. And then there are times where I chose not to. And the older I get, the more I realize that the time that I chose not to were some of the wisest times in my life. What did he gain? Because had he walked away, would we be talking about Carmelo Anthony right now, other than talking about the name of the man who's Lala's ex-husband? Had he walked away, would any of this have happened? Would Mr. Metcalf, because I don't remember his first name, would Mr. Metcalf be down one twin? Would Austin Metcalf's brother be down a person that literally split from him in utero? The answer is a resounding no. So me saying that Carmelo should have walked away, what's better? Walking away and living to fight another day, or if you're not going to walk away, using your hands as opposed to reaching in your bag and saying, touch me and see what happens. One of those, there's 2 out of 3 outcomes where Carmelo Anthony goes home and Austin Metcalf goes home. And then there's one where Austin Metcalf is dead and buried and Carmelo Anthony is now doing 35 years. What makes more sense? And how is that coonish by me saying that? Please elaborate.
Well, the thing was, I wasn't raised like that. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And
correct.
You know, when I've been fighting all my life. From the time I was about 6 years old, I've been fighting.
Mm-hmm.
It was times if I went in the house and had a fight, and you better go back out there and fight.
Yeah,
you better go back out there and fight.
Nobody said go back out there and kill.
Well, here's the thing. This is why you don't fuck with people. See, now a lot of people, the conservatives keep saying is what Cabello should have did. That kid he didn't own the tank. That kid was not. Hold on.
I did say no. I'm with you, but I want to make a point real quick because I said Austin should have kept his hands to himself. I don't do this thing where I'm just blaming the black kid. I'm blaming the white kid too because he was over there playing tough Tony. Him and his damn friends was playing tough Tony. 100%. There is no flawless person in this. He should have minded his business. However, he didn't. And because he didn't, and he felt empowered to not mind his business,
right.
At that point, you are left with a choice. And Carmelo could have chose hands and rocked one of their jaws and still went home. Worst case scenario, he got suspended and he got a black eye because it's 4 of them and 1 of him, allegedly, supposedly. Or
they didn't allow the video they used the bullshit video instead of the 4K one because everybody who's seen the 4K one said it clearly showed they jumped on him. And in fact, he was trying to get away and they pulled the sweatshirt back in. But ain't nobody talking about. But that's beside the point because that's going to be left up to the appellate courts to hear that stuff, and that's where we at with it. But what I'm going to say is this, just the other day when the Knicks, that was Saturday when they won the game, right? People, I wasn't at the watch party. I happened to go to the store in that area where they was having a watch party. So I stopped in and tuned in for a minute, and people out there drink. There was this one dude. I know he was inebriated, and that's what saved him because the dude kept coming up to me. I'm 6'1". Well, I'm about 6'1.5", maybe 6'2", right?
Yep.
Tall dude. Mm-hmm. I don't look like I'm nothing to fuck with.
Right.
And I don't bother people. You know what I'm saying? Correct. This dude kept coming up to me, and I keep a poker or something on me. If I ain't got the gat on me, I keep something, an ice pick or something on me. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Hold that thought 1 second, Aaron. I want to acknowledge this because he said he didn't have a knife. Austin was punctured by a cleat repair. I don't give a damn if it was a wire hanger. He got jabbed in the heart. He dead. Knife, sharp object, shank, homemade toothbrush shank, file, nail cutter, safety scissors, goofy goober glue knife. I don't care. Like, a lot of times y'all be grasping at straws instead of actually speaking facts. I don't care what it was. It could have been Thanos' double sword for all I give a goo-god fuck. The kid ain't here. Like, why do y'all get caught up in minutia instead of realizing that a child lost his life and another child is going away for the rest of his life? I'm probably going to be dead and gone by the time that kid gets out if he don't win appeal. And from the looks of it, and every legal person I've spoken to, it don't look like he's going to win on appeal. It's Texas. But see, nobody gave him what we call up north home training. How to operate, how to move. But I'm sorry, Aaron, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing with the appeal. He's not going to, I don't think he will get an overturn on appeal, but he can get a new trial. And that would be good. If he can get a new trial, I think that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but here's the thing, Dave.
Sure.
Like I was saying, that incident from Saturday. Now, the second time that kid the dude walked up to me, I was going to hit him. I was going to hit him. My first instinct was to, yo, hit this nigga. You know, I had a box cut on me. I was going to rip, you know, slash him in the face. But I thought about it. I said, yo, he's drunk. I said, let me get out of here before I have to do something to him.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And he probably wake up the next day and don't even remember what he was doing.
100%.
So I gave the grace that way. But normally, I'd have poked him up or did something to him just from him coming up to me, because you can make a decision to go approach someone or to put your hands on someone. You can't foretell what the outcome is going to be on how they react. This is why you don't supposed to fuck with people.
100%. I agree with you.
You know, so in that instance, both teenagers there's some blame on both sides.
Yo, again, dude, the link is literally up in here. If you got that much to say, stay out the chat, come on up. But yeah, sure, murder is wrong, but being wrongly accused is also. You're literally, like, respectfully, that's female behavior, because you're nitpicking a point. Whether it is a knife, it is or not, it is a sharp object that punctured a kid's heart, and the kid ain't here. It doesn't. Where's the rock one? It doesn't matter if it's a knife or not. Like, what is we talking about?
Well, all that shit is minute, because the fact remains he's been found guilty and he has been sentenced. So all of that shit doesn't even matter. We shouldn't even be talking about that. That's
my point
exactly. Neither here or there. The fact remains what the results are. He's in prison. He's been found guilty. So all that now whatever his legal team going forward can muster up to add on into the appeal, because I think he's going to get an appeal heard just because of the jury selection incident, the Bastin law. He's going to get, it's going to be heard. And then the ineffective counsel is another glaring point that I think
his counsel absolutely sucked donkey dick. You'll get no argument from me,
bro. I told. See, I've been cases to trial, but here's what happened. Most of the time, I end up getting the case dismissed on pre-trial hearings.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because of evidence or whatever the case might, or some kind of technicality. And there's been times I've been guilty and I still get the case dismissed.
Right.
On technicalities. And sometimes I didn't have paid counsel. Just from me studying law, going in that law library and dealing with my counsel, we've gotten those cases dismissed. Now, the other part of that is I've taken pleas when I seen there was no other way for me to get out of it. All right, let me take this little 5 years or whatever the case might be, so I don't end up with 25 to life or whatever.
Right.
You understand? Because the last time I was in trouble, they had offered me a 2 to something in arraignment, and we got all the way up to pre-trial, and they was offering me 12 and a half to 25. And if I'd have blew, I'd have got that 12 and a half to 25. So I had got it was about, I had about 4 cases, different cases. I got 3 of them dismissed. And the lawyer told me, he said, look, man, they're not going to let you walk out this court, bro. We're not even going to play with this. He said, if I can get you your arraignment plea, would you take it today? I said, well, they was offering me a 2.5 to 5. I said, shit, I got 18 months in now. I said, if you can get that plea back, I'll ride it. I'll ride the horse into the sunset today.
Right.
And that's what happened. And that was the last time I was in that kind of trouble. That was over 30 years ago. Over 30 years ago. Now, with the Camelo case, you know, I hope he does get the appeal heard and he can get a retrial, because I don't think he's going to get an overturn. Not in that state. Because you got to remember, that state is the reason why the Innocent Project was created, because of that state.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? People don't realize that.
Right.
And you especially as no black, you're not gonna get, you know, you can hear these coon servers talking about it has nothing to do with race. It's about accountability. You know how they shake their head.
It absolutely is about accountability.
Oh.
It is, but here's the thing. The fact remains, we have a history of injustice when it comes to this. The system works just the way it's supposed to work.
100%.
Because it was never designed for us to be successful in it.
Absolutely. So I think the biggest problem is that black people should start boycotting the system, just like they boycotting the Asian stores. But y'all love criminality there, right?
I thought that was you, Dave.
No, it's not me. That's Sel.
Okay, how you doing, brother?
That's Aaron himself.
Okay.
What up there?
You said that we enjoyed the criminality, or
yeah, you should boycott criminal behavior.
Yes. And that's and with this whole delineation thing, a lot of people say, oh, well, y'all delineate from this, delineate from that. Yeah, we delineate from people with that mindset who glorify the criminal shit. You know, I come from that background. I'm not proud of it. And this is why I have such a connection to the youth, because I never had problems with them. You know, because it's a mutual respect thing. But I try to give them whatever tools that I have to make them go around that shit. Because, and I could use my life as an example. It's a never-ending road to nowhere.
Got you. So I came up because you was making a comment about conservatives. I'm trying to understand, do you know the definition behind what a coon is?
Well, we use that as a metaphorical slang, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, raccoon shit. You know how when you catch a raccoon, he doing all that kind of shit, and he might growl a little bit, but so that's why we use the term coon.
Yeah, it's just another way to disrespect people that doesn't agree with the black agenda.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Because I disagree with a lot of the shit that what we're talking about. I disagree because I was a part of that behavior, so I know what it is. So nobody can tell me nothing about it. And
Gotcha.
I disagree with a lot of it. At the same time, I'm not gonna lick the shit out of white people's ass crack. And
but
that's what
being
a
a
lot of
liberal is licking the shit out of white people's ass.
Thank you. That's exactly what it's doing.
That's exactly what it's doing. Because your party,
but
your
here's the
party,
thing.
because we know you're a Democrat. Your party was the one who coined the phrase that Bill Clinton's really the first black president because he ate fried chicken, played the saxophone with some sunglasses on the Arsenio Hall show, and said that he liked Aretha Franklin's big old boobs. So what is we talking about?
Don't forget, he smoked a little bit of reefer, but he didn't inhale. Yeah.
Dave, can I ask you a favor?
Anything you want.
Please don't refer to me as a Democrat. I absolutely despise them people.
Did you vote for Trump?
Hell no.
Did you vote for Kamala?
Hell motherfucking no.
Then who'd you vote for?
I didn't.
Oh, that's right.
I voted. I voted when I went to vote that day. I voted in my municipalities, and I did vote Republican in my municipalities.
So in the presidential election, who did you vote for?
I didn't vote in the top of the ticket. I didn't vote. I left it blank.
God, Dave, this is too easy, brother. You come on, man, Dave, OG. Why do they make it this easy, brother?
I don't know.
Spit.
I don't need to spit when you have pretty much expressed that you only going against a group of people that does not believe in what the liberals have taught them and what have fed them and what has forced them to behave in, and they don't have a mindset of their own. Do you not remember what Brother Malcolm X said in Detroit in his speech?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, cool. Right. So my question is, why is it that black people who are following behind these liberal people, these liberal white lily whites, right? Y'all sitting here, y'all going against the natural establishment.
Y'all, brother, and I'm taking that as a disrespect because I told you I don't fuck with them people.
I understand that, but I need you.
One side, hold on, Sel, real quick. Then how is it you can sit up here respectfully and say that one side is conservatives, but I ain't yet heard you say that they're on the other side they're Democoons who have been literally giving us 62 years of benign neglect and telling us that it's racist because they're redistricting districts based on or not allowing districts to be redistricted based on race when they have neglected the black community by and large. You can't show me overall in America in densely populated neighborhoods where black people are thriving more than they're not. The hood is still the hood, is it not?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to understand how what is coonish about wanting better for your people when the people who are keeping it real are also keeping it real ghetto, real dirty, real diabetes, real squalor, real drug dealer, real church that's ineffective, real schools that are being shut down. I'm trying to understand if that's keeping it real, and call me a motherfucking coon.
No. Well, let me because I think again you're misunderstanding me personally. I ain't talking about them other folks. I'm saying this. I didn't vote for Trump because I didn't, at the time I didn't see the benefit in it for myself and for the people. Now,
so what benefit did you get from the Democratic Party?
Let him rock, Sal, let him rock.
That said, I remember the last time when he ran and Ice Cube had came up with the Black Agenda for
Contract with Black America, yes.
Trump them sat down and heard him out. The Democrats didn't. And at that time, you remember he had the plan. Trump had some kind of plan for
the platinum plan.
The platinum plan, right. And that caught my attention. And I said, you know what? This is crazy that he can do that. But now once he's this time around, he didn't put nothing on the table because of what happened last time.
No, that's not what it is.
But he did get 8% of the black vote. So that said, it was a when it came time to vote, it was somewhat of a struggle for me not to fill in for him. It was because I said, well, maybe get this dude a shot. Maybe some of the things that he's done, I've seen where we can benefit from it. Some of the things that he's done so far in these first year and a half, it's kind of shaky. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't see him fucking with black people the way these other presidents have.
Come on, man.
Y'all
had a whole entire black president that did absolutely nothing for you.
When I say I don't see him fucking with us, I mean targeting us in a way that we've been targeted.
Yeah, the First Step Act directly targeted black people.
No, he targeted negative. He's saying that Trump isn't messing with us. He's not getting in our way, is what he's saying.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that First Step Act, I'm with that because I got homies now trying to get out that they in the feds and got life and
Hey, OG Aaron, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
So if Trump came out here and specifically just did a whole bunch of things for black people, with black people, and all this, that, and the other, then you would change your stance, or you at least give him a bit of a more chance?
Probably would, yeah.
All right, cool. Now let me ask you this question: what have Democrats done in the last 60 years that specifically they get out in front, they stand with, stand next to, stand behind black people?
That's my exact point. That's why I can't stand
So
them.
why are you holding Trump to a standard that you're not holding the Democrats to?
What do you mean by that?
You expecting Trump to do something that you didn't expect the Democrats to do.
No, I don't expect. See, my thing. Let me make something clear. I don't expect any of them to do anything to make us specifically to make us better, because that's just not what they're going to do.
But you just said if he does these things, you would give him more of a chance.
Neither side. My thing is this: the Democrats have actually targeted us to hurt us.
But
that's my thing.
Logic Smith, come on up. The link is right there. Come on up. We can
Hey,
talk
Dave,
about
you
what
know
Trump's done to help black people.
OG, you know as much love to you. I gotta go. I can't.
I'm with you.
I gotta go. I got a show to do. I appreciate you having me.
Salute. Appreciate you. My guy. My man. Yeah, man. I just think, to me, to be so openly vocal about conservatives, and don't get me wrong, and I said this is why I implore you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure I clip that part of yesterday's show so you can watch it without having to sit through 3 hours. But my thing is, we got to start being a little bit more clear as to what we're doing, because my whole thing is 62 years of having the ball and not doing nothing for black people is absolutely reprehensible and diabolical.
I agree.
And when people start talking about, well, the Republicans this and the Republicans that, the Republicans, it's like, I'm married, right? I have known my wife for 30 years. If I go across the street and ask my homeboy's wife, yo, how come you ain't, looked after the kids? How come you ain't in the kitchen cooking? She gonna be like, I'm not your wife. We have been married to the Democratic Party for 62 years, and the only thing they did for us was that civil rights bill. The George Floyd Act is still a bill, but they passed Stop Asian Hate in 38 days. I'm trying to understand how one party gets all this coon talk, but the party that is full of white people, full of racist white people who say racist things to us to this day and do racist policies and perpetuate racist policies and put other people's needs over that of black people, even the black candidates, because you look at somebody like Hakeem Jeffries, you look at somebody like Jasmine Crockett and all these other folks allegedly, supposedly taking money from AIPAC. Last I checked, AIPAC ain't helping the hood. So why is it that conservative catch it, but the Democrats who continue to run on us and for us, allegedly, and they're still be fighting for us, but nobody can point to what they've actually accomplished in the 62-year fight for freedom?
Can I answer that from my personal standpoint?
Certainly. Here
it is for me. The reason why I refer to them as conservatives, not because of the ideology of conservatism, because I'm heavy conservative leaning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in a whole bunch of liberal shit, because I think it destroys the family nucleus, in my opinion.
100%.
So that said, the reason why I say it is because I used to be over there with Wise and them periodically. I would go on air with them, and I noticed something, not just from him, from the Officer Tatum's, from that big, what's that big goofy nigga, the tight suit wearing nigga that you cool with?
My bad.
What's that nigga name? That big goofy nigga be wearing the extra tight high water suits. Ellison.
Oh, you talking about Vince Ellison?
Yeah, that nigga, him, and a couple of other them. The reason why we refer to
Hold that thought, Aaron. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
I'll give you a $10,000 check if you can show me where somebody paid me. Show me where the Republicans paid me. Wait. Not you. This individual down here. Bring your ass up here. Run the receipts. Because if I'm being paid by conservatives, I'd be as big as the Hodge twins. If I was being paid by conservatives, I'd be as big as Brandon Tatum. If I was being paid by the conservatives, I would be as big as Craig Long, and I'm not. So respectfully, what in the goo god fuck are you talking about? How am I being paid? By the way, do you know what I do for a living? By the way, have you Googled me before you put your little Twitter fingers on my chat? Because right now you sound about as nutty as Kardashian mouth at an all-star game. What is you talking about? Please explain to me in real terms with actual receipts. There's $10,000 in it for you. How the Republicans are paying me. Was I at UFC 250? Have you ever seen me at a Trump rally? $10,000 to the person who sees me at a Trump rally. Show me the pictures. You just said I'm being paid. Prove it. 3 minutes on this moron.
Wow, you put up 10 stacks, Dave. Wow.
Ravens View. Y'all need help. Mental help. Boo Boo, bring your ass up here and give me that mental help I so desperately need, sweet cakes. Daddy needs it. Give me my mental help. Help Dave. Don't worry about Aaron. He institutionalized. But
nah, damn, Dave. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
You know I'm fucking with you.
Dave,
but like they cute with this.
Dave, I ain't been in trouble in 35 years, bro. Almost.
That's what I'm talking about, brother. And that's what I'm talking about. You are a success story, and I'm happy you're out here trying to reach the youth and actually helping people step up. Now, no, don't move the needle. You guys are not looking at the bigger picture here. There's no more going on in Democrat, Republican, little argument you got it. Your bitch ass just said that I'm being paid by the Republicans. I just offered you $10,000 to bring your ass up here and prove it. Why aren't you up here? Why are you moving the goalposts? Because you know you full of shit. Just admit you're wrong. Because logically speaking, the people who are getting the black conservative money ain't Dave. The people who are getting the black conservative money, like really getting to the money. And when I say this is not a judgment or an indictment. I'm just calling balls and strikes. Vince Ellison's getting to the money. Officer Tatum is getting to the money. Sewell's getting to the money. What's my man? The big dude used to do sports. Now all he do is talk Republican shit.
Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock is getting to the money. Stephen A. got the money, but he plays both sides a little bit too much for my taste. Who else is getting the money? The Hodge twins is getting the money. Black Conservative Perspective is getting the money. Run my numbers. Go ahead and get yourself a vidIQ. Look at what they're making on YouTube, and then look at what I'm making on YouTube, and ask yourself why I've written 22 books if I'm getting the Republican money. Don't move the needle. Bring your accusation having ass up here and stand on business and prove what you said in my chat. Otherwise, you's a bitch. Respectfully.
Whoa.
Because if you're gonna make a claim like that, you're literally opening yourself up to a lawsuit that I know you can't afford. But you made the claim, and I'm asking you to run the receipts.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because otherwise, you's a bitch. Putting out propaganda. That's what bitches do. Last I checked, that's some gossipy female behavior. How many grown-ass men do you say? Well, you're getting paid for. What grown-ass men, Aaron? You from what part of Brooklyn are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Brownsville. Originally, but I done moved all around the boroughs. I done moved out to Queens, back and forth between Queens and Brooklyn. But originally from Brownsville.
Right. So no matter what part of the 5 boroughs you're from, when you was coming up, isn't pocket watching some bitch ass shit?
We didn't start learning that term until late, because you just didn't do it. That wasn't a thing.
Right. Because it's some bitch ass shit. I'm waiting. Oh, it looks like we lost Aaron. Oh, no, I'm waiting. Because y'all talk all this. If I'm getting paid, how come y'all don't see me on tour with these Republicans, these black conservatives I'm just in league with? How come I'm not there? Make it make sense mathematically. I'm waiting. Power Plays Magazine, you wild as hell. You wild as hell. And that's my point, Artifacts. It don't make no sense. See, again, I don't mind you having a difference of opinion. I don't mind you not agreeing with what you perceive my politics to be. I just want you to stand on business. And if you're saying that I am somehow being paid by the Republican Party, I'm going to need you to push it. TZ, you got 10 pictures. I mean, Trump rally, it's 100,000. Run them. And that's my whole thing. Oh, who said that? Because that was silly. Oh, yeah. Tatum is a sellout. If you voted for Trump over Harris, you're a sellout. I will say this. I've never had any bad interaction with Brandon, regardless of what his takes are. Some of his takes I do not agree with. But my whole thing is, if you're selling out, that means somebody had to pay you. I'm not going to. Let me explain to you why I did not vote for the vice president or the former vice president. Let me explain to you why I did not vote for her. She said on day one, he was going to go in and do this and do that and do this and do that. But she had the Oval by her admission and by President Joe Biden's admission. There was no decision that was made by the Biden administration that Kamala Harris was not 100% lockstep in agreement with. She said she was often the last person out of the Oval when the president made decisions. She was also asked by the cackling hens on The View, hey, is there anything you would have done differently than what Joe Biden had done? She said, no, I can't think of a thing. So you were going to give me more of the same. Then it took you damn near 3 months to come up with an agenda, and the majority of your agenda was damn near word for word, bar for bar, the same as the Build Back Better plan, with minor little things about I'm going to make it okay for black men to sell weed because apparently that's your agenda for black men. And I'm going to have an opportunity economy where there's an opportunity to be economic. What has been unburdened by what can be or whatever. No, I don't deal in tether babble. I don't deal in cosplay. She is a South Indian woman who has a history of pretending to be black when it's convenient for her, but she has always claimed to be South Indian. And then her homegirl Mindy Kaling's brother, also South Indian, shaved his head and got a black scholarship so that he could get into medical school as a black applicant and changed his name to JoJo. So you got a group of Indians that like to cosplay as black people who have not done anything for black people, and she did not do anything for black people, but then go on a black male tour because her black numbers with black men were in the toilet. So they sent Obama down from Chicago, or they sent him from his house in Hawaii, and he came and said we were being misogynist for not wanting to vote for a woman without a plan. Last I checked, if we were misogynists behind Kamala, were we misogynists behind you when we voted for you over Clinton? So yeah, that's why I didn't vote for her. So if that makes me a sellout, guilty. I'm just waiting on my check. What up, Aaron?
I'm agreeing with everything you said, and I never looked at you in that light because I don't think you are. I think you're a self-made man. You do your own thing, and you make your own money. And when you like that, you don't need anybody else's money. You've been pretty successful in what you're doing. So I don't look at you as a sellout. The people who, like I said, I mentioned, I look at them like a sellout, even on Wise and them over there. You know what me and Wise fell out about? I was going on that program, and like I said, every time I went, every episode, it's always pointing out the degeneracy and the ignorance in black subculture, because that's not black culture. It's a subculture. Yeah, every day black people do this, the ghetto, they ratchet, they're ignorant, this and that. But now I put a challenge up. I said, can y'all for just 30 days not talk about what's wrong but we know we need help in the black community. We know there's strong things that are wrong, very wrong, and that need to be reset. We know that. But can we talk about white society and some of the degeneracy in white society with the fentanyl and the rape and the public shooting up schools and all of this other shit going on with that?
Certainly.
Y'all don't talk. They don't talk about that.
But is that our but is that our problem?
Wait a minute now.
Sure.
You know, they hide behind all this Christian bullshit, you know, not dissing nobody's faith, but you hide behind all this Christian shit and everybody's supposed to be equal and we're trying to help, but you never come with any black solutions other than accept Christ. That's going to fix everything. And then you don't have no equal smoke for the white society. You always, it's a constant punch down, and we know, everybody up here knows, watching this, watch whatever, knows that that's the easiest money maker right now is to punch down on black folks. And when you black and from the lineage, it's even more of a money maker because that gives other people refuge to hide behind your bitch ass to punch down on your own people. And that's the problem I got with them conservative shit licking ass or white butt crack sucking niggas. Wise.
Yeah, your beef is with Wise, but my
No,
whole thing
I don't have a beef with Wise. Me and Wise was pretty cordial at one point, but when you start with that sucker shit and I start seeing the play for what it is, every program, man, black people this and black people that, and no accountability. Nigga, what the fuck? What you think going on on that other side? Them people the one got the country fucked up the way it is now. But you ain't got no smoke for them because you dare not, because that's where you get your money from. That's the sellout shit. I don't consider you that. I don't consider you.
I tell everybody about themselves. I'm always focused on my community.
Right. I've seen that. I've witnessed that. And I'm telling people who are watching this, I've witnessed that. Now, it's some other cats. I was listening at my man on Great Black Shark the other day. Bro, he did a piece. I think it was you was in it. Judge, that old hating ass, dick sucking ass Judge Joe Brown. I don't even call him Judge.
Damn.
Yeah, I hate. If I ever see that, now that's one nigga. If I ever seen him, I got a mouthful of mucus to spit in that nigga face.
Jesus Christ.
I hate that.
Who was this that you were talking about? Not Judge Joe Brown, but the person you said did something.
Great Black Shark. He did a piece. I was watching. Matter of fact, I watched it yesterday. And you was up there, and I was like, "Damn, man!" And Great Black Shark is my man. That's my. I ride with that brother, man. I love his work, but he had some smoke for y'all.
How come he never bring his ass up here? I've never heard of this person.
Great Black is a thorough dude. He's a thorough nigga. I don't know him personally, but from his content and his stance, he's a thorough cat. And he had you, Judge Joe Brown up there, and it was somebody. Oh, the lead attorney. You know, he had him in there, and there was a couple other people. But yeah, he really got on Judge Joe Brown. He didn't go at you too hard, but he gave you a little chin check. But that old bitch ass,
I missed it because I
coward ass Joe Brown.
He talking about me. I don't even know who this person is. So
well, he was doing a review and some of the statements that were being made. Yours, like I said, yours wasn't that bad, but he really got at that old hating ass, sour ass. I wish that nigga would just go somewhere and die. That old fucking bastard, man. And see, people will say, "Oh, you gotta respect." No, fuck the elders. He don't have the title as an elder. You understand? Respect is due when it's given. You got to respect these kids. He got so much hate and venom towards this youth for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is disgusting, man.
Right.
And if, like I said, I ever see that nigga in person, I'm probably going to have to go to jail because I'm going to spit in that nigga face.
Yo, let me see something real quick. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is this who you talking about? Let me put this up here. Hold on. Is this who you talking about?
I think so. Yeah, that's him. Great Black Shark. Yeah.
Estimated monthly earnings $15. Man, gone.
Nah, well, he don't really do the partnership with the YouTube shit as far as the cash go. His shit money comes from the Cash App from the people. You know, he go through the Cash App because I sent him some dough the other night on some Cash App shit. So, you know, that's his thing. I guess that's his way of getting around the YouTube, sharing the revenue with the YouTube shit. But he's a thorough dude, man. He's a thorough dude. Good. He's down all the way down for the people, and that's what I love about him. But you know,
Again.
he really got at that old sour ass Joe Brown nigga. That nigga need to go somewhere and just die. Nigga, the cemetery is waiting on you,
Jesus.
bitch. You fucking old bitch.
Damn, you
And
hate
I
him.
hate to be
Okay.
like
All
that
right.
on your show, bro.
Okay.
But yeah, he need to
Okay.
go to hurry up and go to do us all a favor and take your ass onto your plot. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's
you hating on the youth like that, man. Yeah, these kids is out here. They a lot of them knuckleheads and doing bullshit. But really what they need is just somebody to help them, man. They need help. Fuck, you don't come with no solutions, no help. When I was back in 1910, when I was in high school,
Oh,
we used
Lord
to go
Jesus.
around back in one-on-one.
Aaron.
Shut the fuck up with all that bullshit. Nigga, ain't nobody.
Yo, you killing me.
Man, this is why the youth are so disrespectful and seemingly crazy as they are. Because of niggas like that.
Yeah,
Got no
Judge Joe
respect for that
Brown.
nigga, man. Old ass.
Judge Joe Brown is
kids don't
who
fuck.
he
He ain't
is.
nothing but old drunk anyway.
The kids is messed
But
up because their
I
parents
don't
ain't
want to get off on
parenting.
that. But
But
Dave,
I appreciate you,
I
brother.
do have respect for you, bro, and I like a lot what you do. You in the new Hidden Colors. I can't wait
Yep.
to see it.
Yes, sir. Out
You
here
heard?
spitting bars, but I'm such a coon.
Damn. Am I muted?
But no, I'm right here. You ain't muted.
I guess I'm muted.
No, you're not. I can hear you. I can hear you. But let me
Am I
get my
muted?
ass in gear. No, you're not muted. Let me see what's happening. Let me see.
But anyway, man, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you,
We'll
brother.
talk
Thank you for
again,
being
bro.
here. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Well, this has been a very eventful show. Yeah, Judge Joe Brown don't bother me in one little bit, but that's just me. But my whole thing is they have been cutting these programs to these kids. You've got people having kids that don't want to parent. What did Michael say? If you can't feed your baby, then don't have a baby, and don't have a baby if you can't feed your baby. But for me, I really want us to get ourselves to a place where it makes absolute sense, because right now we're not doing that. We're bugged out. We're not paying attention. And I wish we could actually do more than what we're currently doing. But to me, I think a lot of times it's insane. I want us to be better than what we're being. I want us to do more, but unfortunately, that's just not what we're on. And again, it's amazing why people drop in the EDC. I don't know why people drop in the troll. I really don't care. My main thing is I want us to get ourselves situated and act like we got some sense, because that's not what's happening. Really. Again, black men have a plan. It's called the Real Black Agenda. I suggest you get it. I think you'll absolutely love it. So, and see, this is the dumb shit right here. Programs for Black youth have been cut and have always been cut. I remember being a person that was playing 7 instruments and they cut the band. So what is we talking about? And that was in 1993. So again, y'all will blame Trump for absolutely everything, but y'all won't blame Democrats for any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? And like my whole thing is, until you are doing what I'm doing, I don't want to hear shit about what you're saying. If you're not employing Black people, shut up. If you're not writing books about what Black people need to be doing, shut up. If you are not writing checks on both sides of the aisle in order to make your community better, shut up. Because all you're doing is bumping your gums and running your thumbs. But I'm gonna say this. Let's see here. Elrod Jenkins says the Real Black Agenda needs to be how to get the father to stay in the house raising them kids. again, even out of the house, we're still the most involved fathers. So that's neither here nor there. But again, I'm over it. But like a used condom, I'm off. But like STDs, I'll be back. We will check y'all out next time. And I appreciate everybody who super chatted. I appreciate everybody sharing the show. Thank you so much for being here. I'm definitely going to check y'all out tomorrow. We're going to have ourselves a great conversation. And yeah, I totally agree with this. Democrats throw us crumbs. That's what they've done for the past 65 years, but we have to have a plan beyond them. I got it. It's called The Real Black Agenda, but you haven't read it. Long Street Fool says, hey, Dave, you are on point, but right teaching has vanished. Just keep on pushing. I'm trying, but it's hard because y'all don't be supporting. I'm waiting for you to show me. No. You don't get no 100K until you show me at a Trump rally, because I've never been to a Trump rally. Never once. Yep. 100%. 100%. But I'm going to check y'all out tomorrow. I really appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. Peace.
Get on. Get your mind right. Real talk, no fluff, no sidelines. We outside, bring the truth to the sunrise. DAM, yeah, we coming at the right time. Dave Anderson, morning news. Like Hook Media. Morning media just got dangerous.